Hello again, Lions, and welcome back for the 2020-2021 school year. It's Mr. Maitland. I'm going to be going through a lot of changes that are going to occur here on campus. As you know, obviously, we have the corona pandemic going on right now. We have a lot of safety things put into place here on campus. We are going to go over those here in the next few minutes. But before I do that, I just want to show you right now, yes, I am not wearing a mask. However, I am in this studio all by myself, taking the necessary safety precautions, okay? We are going to ask all students, all visitors, all adults, that way when they enter a classroom or when they enter a building, to sanitize their hands, okay? You only need to dispense the sanitizer one time into your hands, rub it around good, and let it air dry on your way into the classrooms or your way into the buildings or to an office. We are going to ask you to do this every class period, every day, guys. So sanitize your hands, dispense it one time into your hands when you enter the classrooms, when you enter the offices, or when you enter a building that an office is directly there, like the front office. Okay? Thank you. When we are moving from class to class, or before or after school, guys, we're going to ask for you to, as much as you can, stay to the right side of the hallways. If everyone can do their part and stay to the right side of each hallway, we can try to maintain that distance. Now, as you probably know, there are going to be less kids on campus this year physically. Okay, we have face-to-face, we have Connect, we have virtual school. So there will not be as many students in the hallways. We can get this accomplished. So when you're walking inside a building, please stay to the right. Now, for those of you that are directionally challenged, if you look at your hands, the hand with the L is the left. So stay to the right. Not only are we going to ask that you stay to the right in the hallways, guys, let's try to do the same thing on the stairwells. For those of you that have to ride an elevator for medical reasons, or maybe you have an injury, step one is to come to my office to get an elevator pass. Step two, only 2 students are allowed on the elevator at a time. There is signage on all of our elevators outside reminding you of this, and inside the elevator on the floor, there are places for you to stand to be socially distanced. Guys, again, we're going to be very, very strict with this. No more than 2 people in an elevator at a time, and only those students with the right documentation, including that elevator pass from my office, will be allowed to ride the elevator. Guys, water fountains, they are operational. We have to leave them on. However, we are asking that you not use the water fountains. Please keep yourselves as safe as possible. Do not use the water fountains on campus. If you need water throughout the day, you are more than welcome to bring your own personal water bottle. You want to bring I've seen students walk around with the gallon jugs of water. They want to stay hydrated throughout the day. That's fine. Bring your own water bottles, guys, already filled up and ready to go for the day. Entering Building 1, the administrative part of Building 1, downstairs. The only door that's going to be accessible to you is the front door in the courtyard. Okay, so you will already be on campus and you can enter right there between 13 and 1. That door that is inside the campus, that is the door you can come into. Students that enter the front office will only do so if they have an appointment or a specific person in the front office has called for them. In an emergency situation, your classroom teacher will call the front office to give them direction on whether to come get you out of class because of an emergency, or you had to leave their room for an emergency to go to the front office. Students will not be permitted into the front office without an appointment. Two things are going to happen. Guidance counselor appointments, you can sign up for those online. I know the guidance counselors have pushed that out. To get a parking pass, Miss Williford is pushing out a Google Doc for you to make an appointment. Only come during your appointment time and only one student per appointment time. Students, at this point your schedule is live. You have seen your classes. If you need to change a class, if you need to put in for a schedule change, you must do so online with the link provided. You have been emailed the link. The link is on our social media platforms. You will not be able to walk in to see your guidance counselor at all. Okay, guys, you need to schedule an appointment. If it is for a schedule change, submit it online. Please do so only once, okay? And your guidance counselors will get to them when they can. There are certain things that take priority. Your schedule change will happen, but you've got to give them some time. The only exception will be on day 1 or 2 if you have a hole in your schedule. I will be outside the office. Only come to the office during the class period where the hole exists. For example, you have first period, go to first period. Second period, there's a hole, you will come to the front. I will verify that you have a hole in your schedule. Contact your guidance counselor. If they are available, they will see you. They will fix the hole, and you will go to that new class. Please do not come to the office second period if you have a hole third period. Just like any other school year, guys, I don't have lunch with my friends. I don't particularly like that teacher. These are not excuses for schedule changes, guys. Your schedule is going to stay the same if that's your excuse, okay? Come to the office only if there's a hole. If you need to change your schedule, start utilizing that link as soon as you see this video. If you don't like your schedule and you need a schedule change, go to the link, request the schedule change. And let me remind you, please only do that one time. If you do it more than once, it's going to slow down the process. I promise you. There will not be any available lockers for student use this school year. We are on a block schedule. You have at most 4 classes per day. Some of those classes may or may not utilize textbooks. You will have enough room in your backpacks to carry your books and the supplies you need for that day. There are no lockers available for students in the hallways or the buildings, and that is due to social distancing guidelines. It's impossible to maintain that when we have lockers in one hallway. PE classes. As of right now, there will be no dressing out for PE classes. Come to school dressed, if you have a PE class, dressed in the clothes you want to wear to participate in PE. If there are any exceptions to that rule for PE, your PE teachers will specifically address those during your class period. So right now, come to school ready to participate in your PE class, dress appropriately, make sure you have sneakers on. If you have PE that day, don't come with sandals or flip-flops unless you bring them in your backpack to change it into sneakers, okay? We will not be dressing out for our PE classes. We will not be offering any lockers during the day for student use in the buildings. In years past, students have visited the clinic for a variety of reasons. medication, they're not feeling well, something's going on. Those are all valid reasons, guys, but we're in a different time. Students with medications, you're going to visit the clinic as normal. You're going to take the medication prescribed to you by your doctor. Ms. Reyes will be there to help you. We'll have a set time on which day you're coming so that we know to let you into the office for your medication. Students that are not feeling well, students that are showing signs or symptoms of COVID, you will be directed to the alternative clinic, which is located in the front office. That clinic has a maximum of 3 people in it. Everyone will be socially distanced. Students, please communicate this to your parents right now. Pause this video, call them on the cell phone, send them a text message, call them into the room. We need to have the most accurate, up-to-date information to contact your parents and people or family members that your parents give permission to pick you up from school. Because guys, if you're showing signs or symptoms of COVID, you are going to be directed to the alternative clinic, your parents are going to be contacted, and you must be picked up. If you rode the bus to school and you show those signs or symptoms throughout the school day, you will not ride the bus home. That's why I told you to pause the video and talk to your parents. We need updated information. We need updated emergency contact information for friends or family members that are also able to pick you up. All of this could be accessed through Skyward, and your parents can change that information in the Skyward Wizard online. Please, please, students, communicate this to your parents. First and foremost, seniors. Dr. Daniel has already communicated this to you. During the first 9 weeks, we are not going to leave for lunch, okay? It's for your own safety. It's for the safety of the students that are still here on campus and your teachers. First 9 weeks, there is no senior lunch. We are not leaving during lunch for the first 9 weeks. Now, the cafeteria, the Commons, is going to be set up a lot different this school year. First, we have 3 lunches, okay? In the Commons, all students will sit on one side of the table, and the side you will sit on will be facing the clock tower. The opposite bench, there will be no one sitting there. Also, there will be markings on the benches on where you cannot sit. This is to ensure proper social distancing. We are encouraging you to eat outside. We are ordering more picnic tables for the amphitheater area as well as around the Commons. We will not allow students to sit under the stairwells of Building 8, under the stairwells of Building 1 or 13, as well as in front of Building 5. We must try to get away from those areas for 2 reasons. One, you're too close together. You guys sit super close together in those areas. And number 2, we need to try to keep the campus as clean as possible because there are 3 lunches. Our amazing custodial staff has less time to clean and sanitize everything for our safety, so you will not sit in those areas. Sit amphitheater, picnic tables, inside the Commons, on the perimeter of the Commons, guys. Again, as many of you that can eat outside as possible, that is the safer we'll be, okay? But if you are sitting in the Commons, everyone will face the clock tower at the tables. No one will sit across from you, and to your left and your right, you'll be socially distanced. You will see the markings on the benches where you cannot sit, just like in a lot of our local restaurants. Lions, we all know attendance is always a difficult conversation, okay? Now more than ever, we do not want students coming to school sick. So for this school year, we have changed our attendance policy to allow for 10 parent notes per semester. Now parents, if your student goes to the doctor, be sure to get that doctor's note, because that will count as a medical excuse, which does not count against the 10 parent notes. Parent notes will be an excused absence with an E. A medical note from a doctor will be an M code for a medical excuse. Okay, I want to make sure you guys understand that very clearly. You can turn in a parent note if your kid just isn't feeling that great because of a cold or something else going on. Okay, that's a parent note. If they go to the doctor for anything, even a dental checkup, get that note, turn it into the attendance office, and that'll be coded as an M code for a medically excused absence rather than a parent note. So please make sure you do that so that you get the most amount of parent notes that you can. So 10 parent notes a semester, and then if it's a doctor's note, that does not count towards that. When you're in offices, when you're in common areas, you may see some signs on the floor that are 6 feet spaced apart. Guys, follow that, please. Stay 6 feet apart from each other when waiting in an office for whatever reason. Also, when you approach someone in an office or at a desk and there is plexiglass, by now all of us should understand that these are necessary things, okay? Please don't, and I have the same instinct. When I see this plexiglass, my first instinct is to look around it to try to talk to somebody. Don't do that, guys. Speak to them through the plexiglass. I promise you they can hear you, okay? It's for your safety and theirs. You still have your mask on. They have their mask on. And then that plexiglass is just an added level of security for you and them. So follow the signs on the floor for social distancing. And please, when you're talking with somebody that there is a plexiglass barrier, speak to them straight through the plexiglass. They will be able to hear you, I promise. Obviously, the biggest change here on campus at all of our Seminole County Public Schools is the policy of wearing masks. It is an expectation that every student and teacher and staff member at Oviedo High School wears a mask at all times. Obviously, if you're sitting down eating lunch, you don't have to have your mask on. If you need to take a quick drink of water, you can do that and then put it back on. But you must wear a mask. Your mask is an extension of the dress code in the instance that we do not want drugs, alcohol, obviously inappropriate or foul language on the outside of the mask. Okay, guys? You know what's right. You know what's appropriate. So bring the appropriate type of mask. The school board recently passed a policy discussing what is and what is not acceptable with masks. Mr. Maitland went out and bought a mask with a valve on. Well, now I can't use this mask, so I'm going to have to get another one. No big deal. Valves, holes, pure mesh, lace, these cannot be the types of masks you bring to campus, okay? Bring a cotton mask, bring the masks that you see every day in the grocery store. You know which are appropriate and which ones aren't. I'm going to treat you like a high school student. You are a high school student. Here's where you can get yourself in trouble, guys. You got to wear a mask, okay? If you refuse to wear a mask on campus, or you do not have a mask, we are going to offer you a disposable mask that is appropriate for you to wear for that day. If you take it, you use it, you wear it, great. Good choice. If you still refuse to wear the mask, or you refuse to put it back on if you have taken it off, security or myself or one of the administrators is going to be notified by either the classroom teacher, by the cafeteria worker, whoever it is you're interacting with. At that point, you're going to be brought to my or an administrator's office. You are then going to be asked to wear a mask. If you still refuse to wear a mask, your parents are going to be contacted, and it's possible that you will be administratively placed to an alternate learning environment which more than likely will be Seminole Connect. Lions, we want you on campus. I want you on campus. Our teachers want to teach you, but we must do so as safely as possible. And in order to do that, we've got to mask up. I'm going to wear mine. I need you to wear yours. Our teachers are going to wear theirs. They're going to need you to wear yours. We're going to get through this, guys. This is not going to last forever. But for now, when you're on this campus, I need you to wear an appropriate mask. And things will be fine.